Hello and welcome to Turbo Thumbs. I am Rasta Joe, and this is Thumb Through, and we are thumbing through The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color. Let's go check it out.
Alright, so here we are, back where we left off. Got no map yet, so not much I can do there. Kill these ropes. Some pots. And they say you can't OD on pot. Huh. Alright, Stone Beak, okay. So, last time I said I was going to talk some more about the military, so I guess I'll talk about my training this time. So, when you join the military, you have 2 rounds of training to go through. We've got those, like, fireball guys from Mario again. A lot of Mario enemies stolen in here. Must be somewhere within the Mushroom Kingdom. Whoa. Oh. But anyway. So yeah, when it came time for my training to begin, they had my parents... well, they had me get dropped off down in Miami at a hotel down there, where they paid for a room for me and several other people who were leaving to go to training soon. Here's the trick of this puzzle. There's 2 outers, then you slide the middle. Very nice. So anyway, yeah, so I stayed in the hotel that night, made some friends with the people who were going out to training the next day, and so the next day was basically our travel day. We flew from there to somewhere in South Carolina, and I think we had a layover because I remember we were just stuck in an airport for a while. And how the heck out of here? Maybe the middle trick. Well, I guess I'll fucking go back through. So yeah, we were stuck in an airport for a while, and then when we finally got to where we were flying, we got picked up by this bus. I had one mean-ass bus driver lady. She was a real pain in the ass. I don't think she let us talk on the bus ride, which was weird. She wasn't a military person. I mean, maybe she had been at some point, but she wasn't, like, she wasn't in uniform or anything like that, I'll tell you that much. And, so yeah, by the time we got to Fort Jackson on the base, oh, I gotta fight this guy again. It was like nighttime. Like, it was already dark out, well past dinner time. I remember that because they had to interrupt our orientation to take us to the mess hall. Damn it. Okay, quit hanging out next to the ball after you throw it, you prick. God damn. Die, you bastard. Ugh, good thing he turns into 2 fairies. Anyway, they had to postpone our orientation to go... Okay, here's the bottom of the wall is. To go feed us. The only one's in the mess hall. The mess hall's, like, closed, basically. And they had to reopen it just to serve us a meal, which I think they had to cook on the spot. Although it was ready very fast. But, those are the stairs I went up before? No, okay. But I gotta remember. I need to go through that one. Where's that on the map? Okay. Hopefully I can remember. But anyway. Okay. This is kind of a puzzle in its own right. I think there's a key here. If I cover the entire hole with this thing, I'll get the key. forgive me for not talking. I gotta concentrate to get the timing and the button presses just right. There we go. So anyway, they fed us dinner and they took us back and we did our orientation. And I think it was Labor Day weekend or something like that, because our training wasn't set to actually start for another like 4 days, and it was like a Thursday or a Friday. So they took us to barracks, and we were basically just in a holdover until training actually started. And they did some like minor training stuff with us. They got us a bunch of gear. Like we weren't allowed to really bring much for our own clothes, because when you get there, you get issued all your uniforms and stuff, and that's what you wear. So here we go, another High Nox. They got us our uniforms. Look at that, dead already. This sword is fucking beast! Not to mention I'm wearing red clothes, so I'm a beast! Alright, here's that same kind of puzzle, but obviously much easier. Boom. Chakalaka. Alright. So yeah, we're just in these PT uniforms, which is just kind of like a school gym uniform, just with Army written on the shirt. But, so yeah, we had like 3 or 4 days to kill, and most of us had met, you know, in the original hotel and on the plane rides over. So we kind of knew each other, and, you know, we just shot the shit, and basically had 3 days off to chill out. And so we were so bored in the barracks because you couldn't go anywhere. We weren't allowed to go, like, explore the base or anything. Here's this guy again. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god. I must be jumping too far. Here we go. So yeah, we're stuck in these barracks, and we ended up creating a game called Delta Ball, which is a super fucking fun game, by the way. Let me go the other way first. So the way it works is, it's just like dodgeball. Got it. In that, well, it's, I mean, think of how you play dodgeball. There's a compass. So now, we didn't have a ball. So what we did was, we took socks. We started with one sock, rolled up, and then you put that in another sock, and then twist the part that has the other sock in it, and then invert the other side of the sock around that, twist it off again, put the rest of the sock back over until you've wrapped up the entire sock, and then we did that with like a total of like 6 socks or something. So you can imagine this ball just made of socks, made of fucking 6 socks. Hold on, I think there's a hole here. Maybe not. And it's not hard, it's just like a mass of socks, really. But, that being said, when it gets whipped at you, oh, you have to fight him. It does sting a little bit when it hits you. Oh, excuse me. So, and we didn't have a big space to play it in either. We were stuck literally inside our one big room in the barracks. And even that room is only wide enough for a row of bunk beds, a small hallway between that and the next row of bunk beds, and lockers. What was I doing? Oh yeah. And so that's all the area we had to play in. And that hallway was where we played, and even it was really only like 5, 6 feet wide. Okay, I figured that was gonna happen. So, yeah, it's basically playing dodgeball in a 6-foot wide hallway. If you can imagine that. Now, you weren't allowed to dive into the bunk beds, so you're really stuck in that 6-foot area. And other than that, it's pretty much the same rules of dodgeball. And we ended up making, I think it was 4-man teams. So four guys on each end of the hallway. We'd have 2 judges sitting up in the bunk beds watching. And just 2 teams of 4 going at it, squeezed into this tiny area. It was kind of funny, actually, to watch. I didn't personally end up playing that much. I wasn't very athletic. Sports weren't exactly my thing. But watching it, especially with nothing else to do, was pretty exciting. Alright, I'm like trapped here. Alright, let's just try this staircase. Nope, that was the ice one. Okay. Let's go back through. But, we called the game Delta Ball because we were Delta Company. We're basically Barracks D, which in military speak, or military, the system they use for letters in the military. That's what I'm trying to get at here. God damn, I just trapped myself again. They use the phonetic alphabet. That's what I mean. The phonetic alphabet. Son of a bitch. So anyway, this is how bored we were. We made up this game and watched this game, and it was like a whole league for this one game that we just created, just within our barracks, that we played for like 2-3 days. And we had rules written down, and we ended up leaving the rules in one of the drawers for the people who came next, just because we had so much fun with it. And the second day of play, we actually got caught by one of the drill sergeants for making too much noise. He came in and he was all blustering. What the hell's going on in here, you know? Kind of like that. And at first nobody said anything, but then this one guy spoke up. And he said, "We're playing Delta Ball, sir." And he's like, "Well, what's that?" And we told him, "This is this game we came up with. We got this ball here." He laughed when he saw the ball, because you could tell it was just made out of socks. Supposed to be another way through here. I should have a key by now. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. But, at the end of the explanation, you said, "Alright, carry on." So, we went right back to playing. Those 2 torches do something you like them up, I think. I'll have a key for that. Come back with a key, yeah, no shit. But man, Delta Ball is like the best. It's honestly, if you have the opportunity, try it. I think it would work if you played it like between 2 houses, where there's just anywhere you've got like basically a hallway that's only 5 or 6 feet wide. It gets interesting because you have to get creative in order to dodge the ball. It's only 1 ball in the game, but you've only got a tiny amount of space to work in. So, your strategy to dodge the ball is either you have to strafe sideways to get out of its way, or jump over it, or dive under it to dodge it. And when you've got 4 guys in a confined area, you know, that's easier said than done. Fuck you, son-looking piece of Smith. Well, anyway, when it came time for us to actually start our training... Oh, I remember the trick of this room. The drill sergeants that we had weren't the ones who were to be our trainers, or whatever you want to call them. They were just people who were just drill sergeants who were watching over us until training began. So, yeah, don't ever trust a drill sergeant either, although they're not nearly as scummy as the recruiters are. But anyway, so when it came time for us to go start our training, we were waiting for the buses to come pick us up, take us to the other side of the base, and they tell us, drink water, because they'd given us canteens, which is part of what you get issued when you go to your training. And so they're just saying, drink water, you're not going to be allowed to drink water for a while, so drink now, and blah blah blah. Basically, they were completely blowing smoke up our ass, because when the buses came, we had all chugged all this fucking water, and had now filled our bladders with said water, and we're not supposed to be going to the bathroom. I think I can do it. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can do this. It's just hook shot. So anyway, they're trying to... Our new drill sergeants are trying to do our orientation and tell us all kinds of shit. They've got us sitting at these desks in our what to be our new barracks. And we've all got to pee so bad. And just everybody is asking to pee. And the drill sergeants are just pissed as hell. They can't figure out why the hell everybody's fucking asking to go pee. And they're telling people no, and to shut up, and to sit down. And everybody, it just has to pee. And man, I'll bet those original drill sergeants were just laughing their fucking asses off. Because all of us are just rocking in our seats and begging to go take a piss. Level 8 Turtle Rock. Here we got these guys again. Alright, I should have enough bombs to take care of them, I hope. Usually I'll just wait them out till they come down here. It's much easier to pop one in their mouth. Oh, come on, come in. But yeah, so that was day 1 of our training, was pissing off our drill sergeants. Because we had to pee so damn bad. Got him. Ah, missed. Nah. Ooh, yeah, go from this corner. Yes! Yes! Oh, man. So, one of the drill sergeants that we had is named Drill Sergeant Blue. Blue is his last name. And man, this was the most badass human being I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, this dude puts Chuck Norris to shame. He was a short man, only like 4 foot something, maybe like 5 foot even. But I mean, seriously, you've never met anyone tougher than this guy. I guarantee you. Fucking prize fighters, big ass guy like fucking Kimbo Slice. I would put my money on Drill Sergeant Blue every time. He was a man hard as fucking not to be fucked with at all. We're kind of running out of time here, so maybe I'll talk about him more next time. But suffice to say, this man was pretty fucking hardcore. To defeat the monsters who hold the key, attack them from a higher place. Okay, so that was a clue about those Dodongo-like guys. They don't look like Dodongos, but you kill them like Dodongos. Those guys. And I got that key, so I'm good. I know there's a hole here. Alright, so we'll end it here, and we'll find out what's on the other side of this hole next time.
Okay, so that's it for this time. More about the ultimate badass Drill Sergeant Blue next time. For now, if you like what you've seen here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. You can also follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/turbothumbs or on Twitter at twitter.com/turbo_thumbs. That's it for this time on Thumb Through. I have been Rasta Joe, and thank you for checking out Turbo Thumbs.